we need to speak about Zohran Mamdani, the man who very, very soon is very likely to be the mayor of New York. And we need to discuss an element which has led him to this position, which I feel like is not being discussed enough, right? What everyone is discussing is his policies. So his focus being on the cost of living of the average New Yorker, and his whole campaign focusing on helping the average New Yorker. And that's what his commitment is. However, a very, very underrated thing about Zohran Mamdani is his ability to communicate. And I think that is the main reason why he is very likely to become the New York mayor. And the thing that amazes me about his ability to communicate is how effective he is in a pressured environment. For example, there's one thing to speak well when you're giving a speech, when you've rehearsed a speech a bunch of times. This speech may have even been written for you on your behalf, and now you're simply saying the words. Perhaps there's a person there who's taught you exactly what type of tone to use in certain sections. There's a completely different thing when it comes to being questioned on a stage, especially when the questions directed to you are meant to catch you out. When we look at Zohran Mamdani in the context of interviews, a lot of the times, the person who's asking him a question is not doing it in good faith. They're asking him a question to catch him out. But despite that, he doesn't use filler words, doesn't use filler sounds, has amazing tone, and he answers questions in a rapid manner, and he's able to rebuttal the points that are said to him. I'm still thinking, I don't know if I've seen anyone like this. There's a lot of great speakers, like Obama is spoken about in terms of his ability to speak, ability to give speeches. But Obama would use filler sounds quite often. He would say, quite a bit. Zohran Mamdani doesn't do that. I'm yet to see a speech or him answering interview questions and not be perfect throughout the entire process. And that is so difficult to do. There's one thing giving a speech, which you've rehearsed and you've practiced. There's another thing for you to be able to speak at a high level, communicate facts in an accurate way, all while being pressured. And in the same context, the person asking you the question is not asking in good faith. They're trying to catch you out. And to be able to avoid all of that and still come out on top, I believe that's the main reason why a man in his 30s who doesn't have much of a background in politics, who's a Muslim, South Asian, socialist, in a city which is known for Wall Street, and a president who does not like him, despite all these things, he's the most likely person to become the mayor of one of the most powerful and important cities in the world.